Hey there, Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm going to talk a little bit today about this term that we call launching. What exactly is a launch? How do you define launch? And I think it's changed over the years, right? Until a few years ago, it wasn't even a word. And then it became this term that we use for these big things that we did. If we brought in all these different marketers and JV partners, and we had this big launch of a product or a program or a service, and you got 12 emails in the same day from 12 different marketers. And there was this thing, we heard about all these $1 million launches, right? And all these huge launches. And it became a thing, right? Let me help you with your launch and all of that. And that's kind of died off a little bit now. And I actually did a telesummit with a gal that was talking about launching not too long ago. And so we started to talk about how do we define launch. And it got me thinking, right? Now we talk about launching pretty much anytime we either redo a product, we come out with a new program, product, or service, or sometimes just when we are talking about something. Really it's a promotion and we call it a launch. So I really wanted to talk a little bit about just kind of dispelling this myth about, launching and the big excitement of that there used to be around that, because it's changed a little bit. And I think the big thing to know is whatever you call it, right? Whatever you call when you come out with a new program, with a new product, with a new service, or when you're just talking about one that maybe you haven't talked about for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. That there's some things that you need to do, right? You need to sort of build up to a point and build some excitement around the thing. And again, it doesn't matter what you call it. Launch is kind of a word that we've used, and as I said, it's changed kind of its meaning a little bit. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is how you market it. What matters is how you promote it. What matters is, do you want JV partners or do you not want JV partners? Are you going to do it in a sort of a summit kind of fashion, or are you going to do it in a different way? Are you going to go out and do ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, YouTube ads, Twitter ads, or are you just going to go out to your current list? Are you going to go out to your Facebook groups or to your Facebook followers, whether it's your business page or your personal page, depending upon how you set it up? And here's the real key. The real key is that you have to think about all of this before you do any of it. The key is really in this piece of what do you want out of it, right? So I always call it the started with the end in mind. Where do I want? What's the result that I want from this program, product, or service, from this promotion, from this launch, if you will? What's the result that I want? And then how do I get that? And so we backward plan each step of the process. And when you know what the result is that you're looking for, maybe it's 10 new coaching clients, maybe it's 20 people in your membership area, maybe it's 100 new people that you want in this program. Maybe it's that you want to sell 1,000 of these, right? Depending upon what it is and what your particular situation is. The point of the matter is that if you start with that, let's say it's 100 people, you want to sell 100 of these, then you can plan backwards and really think about, okay, how many people do you have to, let's say you're doing a webinar. I'm making this up as I go, right? But let's say you're doing a webinar. How many people do you have to get on a webinar in order to sell 100? Are you just going to do one webinar? Are you going to do two? Are you going to do one a week for a month? Right? Are you going to reach out? How many people do you have to get on your Facebook ads in order to put people on? So it becomes, to some degree, and I know this isn't popular, and I know people don't like this, but to some degree it becomes a little bit of a numbers game, right? How many people do I have to put on a webinar if that's all I'm doing to sell 100? Maybe it's 100. Right? If you're really good, if you're amazing, if you're the salesperson of all salespeople, maybe it's 1,000. If you are selling 10% on a pretty consistent basis. Some people sell 10%, some people sell 30%. If you don't know, then you have to test these things. But here's my point: when you sit down and start from the end with this launch or whatever, again, whatever word you're going to use. And when you start with there and you plan everything backwards, you know exactly what you need to do and when. And it's really easy for your team now, if you, whether they're virtual or on site, or even if it's just you know every day, your team knows every day what has to be done in order to reach that goal. So, that's just a kind of just a quick tidbit on that. If you want to learn more about this backward planning process and how to sort of do a launch and all the pieces that go into it, we call those funnels, if you will. I would love to, this is part of what I do every year at my Plan, Grow, and Succeed event, in my fall event. This year it's called Plan, Grow, and Succeed. If you go to plangrowandsucceed.com, all the information is there. But I will show you how to use this system, what's the result I want, and then backward plan to today to get to, sorry about that, I usually turn that off. It's a real office, right? To get to, you know what, I'm going to take a point here, and then I'll come back to this. Most people would have stopped the video and reworked it, right? I'm just here to tell you, I'm shooting this in my office, I'm shooting this for you, and you guys know, right? I'm in my office, I'm shooting a video for you. So the phone rang, big deal, I turned it off, right? I'm just going to go on. I'm not going to stress out. And so when you're shooting videos, now obviously there are times when you would have reshot that, but I'm not going to do that. And hopefully you guys are okay with that, right? Because you're my people. So the point is that this process of backward planning works for everything you do in your business. And it's something that I've shown people. And many times it will exponentially grow your business just by doing this for these big programs, products, and services that you're doing. So it's a big part of what we'll do at Plan, Grow, and Succeed. I would love for you to check it out. Go to plangrowandsucceed.com. If you have questions, let me know. Would love to have you. The event is November 7th and 8th. It's here in Atlanta. And you will walk away with your marketing calendar for next year complete, which means really you've got your funnel set up for 2020 when you walk out after having spent 2 days with me. How amazing would that be? Would not to have to think about your marketing funnels for any of your program, products, or services for the next 12 months. It can happen. PlanGrowAndSucceed.com. I'm Diane Conklin. See you next time. Make it a great day.